Hi, and a very warm welcome to this video. My name is Rebekka, and this is my very first attempt of making an energy forecast. So during this video, I am going to work with you on an energy level, give you healing and openings to help you in connecting to what's hot right now on an energy level. And so during this video, I'm going to guide you into this very special place where you are deeply connected to your true self, your authentic true nature. And as an energy worker, or what I call a shaman of the new era, what I do in this video is that I hold the space for you, a space that is created by me, where I am administrating this energy field, this conscious field, in which the energy can work through you in a strong and very uncomplicated way. This space is anchored such a way that it permits me, as well as your spirit guides and my spirit guides who are working with us today, to work together with you and your higher self in administrating your energy system all through this video, so you can receive this deep healing and conscious awareness that it gives you. Okay, so first of all, I invite you to take a deep breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, just relax your body. Let go of tensions, thoughts, worries. This is right now is a good time to let go and take a break. Okay, so everything you might worry about, everything you feel you have to tend to, can wait. Let yourself be here and now, right now. Okay. Letting go, slowly, letting go about worries, letting go of tensions, letting go of thoughts about the past, the present, and the future. All those things that fills up valuable space that you no longer need. Just release it, relax your body, let go. And just know that everything you need to cling on to, everything that you still need to maybe worry about or tend to, is coming back to you after the video. And everything that is just taking up space, which you no longer need, will be released. Let it go. Perfect. And now focus your attention inwardly. And slowly the energy assists you into falling into place with yourself. Taking back control of your own energy. And slowly let the energy surrounding you in this field establish this contact to your energy field, your energy system. Balancing you through the connection to your higher self and your human foundation. Allowing you to have this expansion of your consciousness in a very stable and very balancing and nourishing way. Slowly falling into place. And this will allow you to not just listen to my words, but to understand them in a deeper level through the subconscious mind. A little bit like when you're dreaming and you know that this dream meant something, but you can't really understand it. It's like a knowing. This opens up this contact to that place in you where you know things, where you remember. So slowly you're being balanced within your center, which manifests itself physically in this point just below your heart and above the area of the solar plexus. This is your focusing point. And slowly the energy starts expanding more and more inwardly. Notice any reactions you may have without trying to control what happens. Just be the observer. And if you notice any signs of unease, simply take a deep breath and fill the space of resistance or pain with love and acceptance. Just letting it be. And now feel how the energy is guiding you deeper and deeper until you are full and completely centered. Take a moment to register the way it feels to be within your center. This center that holds the pure, unspoiled access to yourself. To all that you are in a balanced way. Going deeper into the center. Feeling it. Letting go of tensions. The center holds this deep, deep access to everything you are, taking everything into consideration, connected to this source of infinite energy, focus, awareness, recognizes every little part of you equally. And now slowly from this space of balance, the energy is starting to deeply expand your awareness, embracing everything you are, opening your awareness into an even deeper sense of what is you. A deep, sort of peaceful self-knowing. And this self-knowing, a sense of being you, is what's been moving me for the last couple of weeks. Working with the energy the way I do allows me to work in different layers of reality at the same time. So I know that whatever is going on in my daily session often reflects this collective field and what's going on a broader level, this collective unconscious. And so right now this is working around ways of setting ourselves free, free to be who we really are. Setting ourselves free to be our true nature. Deeply you're being connected to this energy that will support you in this theme that's going on right now. Our true nature can be many things. Our inherited genes, our programming, temper, physical body, the way our soul is connecting to our biological nature. all rolled into this big soup of what is us, basically. Our true nature, that is like the sum of everything we are. And the way we meet ourselves, perceive ourselves, see the reality has always been deeply rooted in our meeting with reality, mainly through the connection to our parents or close relatives or caretakers in the childhood. But right now, through this stronger connection to our higher self that is we're seeing all over the world right now, that people are getting into more contact with their higher selves, is connecting us to our soul memory. And there's an opening, almost like it's an opening into this old belief system which is being formed every day through globalization, through the internet, to begin to see ourselves through this much broader perspective. This, on an energy level, this has been something we've been working on for a long time, supported by people, spirit guides, ascended masters, working for light and balance, together all of humanity to be as one big tribe. So we no longer see ourselves as them and us, but as a united race, brought together by this acknowledging this part in ourselves where we are deeply connected to everything and everybody. That part of ourselves is the connection we have through our souls to everybody else. This part of us that can never die and which is born from unconditional love and equality. So through things as mobile phones, internet, satellite communication, all these things that are being presented in this new area, all this technology is opening up this possibility that we are connected through space and time. And the possibility that we can easily and effortlessly accumulate information about almost everything whenever we want it and wherever we are. And so this opening is already a big part of the collective field, that it's normal. We all know it. It's been going on for quite a while now. So it's normal to Google everything, normal to connect through mobile phones, FaceTime, texting, and so on. And so the way we're constantly being faced with not just one reality, but numerously realities at the same time of different people all over the world with different realities. And this globalization, of course, has its downsides and negative effects, but on the positive side, it brings us flexibility into these fixed mindsets that we work around all the time, to the part of us that wants to stay at the same place every time, the part of us that needs to feel safe, keep the world it always been, because then we feel safer. And this is deeply rooted in this survival mechanism that we have as a biological being. And also it brings a more colorful view of the world. It opens up this possibility of relating to not just one family or one tribe, but all the tribes of the earth. That if we don't fit in with our own family, well, I read about people in in Africa and they're doing this thing and this is much more me, so I think I'm going to go there, or at least I know I'm not alone having this idea. So we don't need to stay in one place. We don't need to get fixed on it. Well, if I don't fit in here, then maybe I'm excluded. I don't fit in anywhere. So it opens up the consciousness into relating to different people. And this gives not just one opportunity of having positive reflections or mirroring yourself, but hundreds of mirrors that we can all use as an opening to become more of what we really are. And so right now the energy is focusing on that. It's connecting you right now. So one more time, I invite you to take a deep breath and slowly surrender to the energy. Right now it's connecting you to a field of, you can almost call it the internet of human consciousness, which is an energy field connected to Earth that holds the potential of unity and peace, anchored in all these different practices of tribal communities practicing spirituality in different cultures around the world throughout the times. So connected to sacred places on Earth. And this field allows you to get in contact with those sides of yourself that hasn't been unfolded through positive reflections or mirroring, especially in your childhood, where you form this sense of self. So it doesn't release all these basic deep traumas that we have, but it gives this support into recognizing yourself, remembering yourself. Slowly it's surrounding you and starting to connect you to this field, giving you exactly the support you need. And as you're connected to this part of you that remembers who you are through this positive mirroring, you are also being connected to all these places within yourself where you haven't been met or seen. So it's in these early years of our childhood where we have this flexibility to learn and preserve information. And this flexibility comes from a need to store information on a deeper level for survival, but also because we see everything as new. Kids are truly non-judgmental, and because they don't have these years of experience and old memories that we have as adults, they don't have that, so they see everything as new and every day as an unwritten page. But one thing that kids tend to do is absorbing these negative feelings from the ones that are older. And they do that because the parents or the caretakers are stronger, they are higher in the hierarchy. So again, mostly parents, caretakers, people who are older than you have this stronger status. So the kids rely on them and to learn about who am I and how do I fit into this world. So they're trusting the parents without a doubt for their own survival and well-being. And this deep need to trust gives a unique opportunity to learn and grow by mirroring what the parents do and how they respond to us as kids. But it also gives this opportunity to well, fuck it up, for lack of better words. For every time we as parents, we don't own our feelings, every time we are communicating without awareness, this is sent out through the unconscious communication, telling the children that there's something wrong in a deeper level, because it gives birth to this confusion, feelings of being unsafe, problems with boundaries, anxieties, and so on. So if you do one thing and you say another, it kind of becomes the kid's problem. And this gives many problems with identity later on in life. And I had this vision the other day while I was trying to understand what happens when we adapt these false identifications in the childhood. Because this is something I work with a lot every day with this core healing that I do. And I had this scenery of a father and his son. And the father, he really wants to make a point of being respected because his son is using bad language. So the father starts accusing his son of being disrespectful, and he wants his son to feel bad about his behavior. And now, underneath all of this, the father may have had a problematic upbringing. So say the father had a father who was very dominating and maybe somewhat abusing, with no respect for his son as a fellow and equal human being, but just saw him as maybe a way of letting go steam when he comes home from his stressful work, or he wants to make a point of that he's the head of the family, so he needs the son to respect him. Maybe because he doesn't really know what true respect is built out of love. So back to the father telling of his son. So when the father starts arguing, he's already confused about his role as a father, since he never experienced this love from his own father. He never experienced this equality and acknowledgement from his father that he was so longing for. So at the same time he is demanding this respect from his son, he's also feeling his own inner child hurting. And he's also feeling anger and resentment for his father and the way he made him feel. So he probably is also feeling this anger and resentment towards himself for letting his hurt feelings out on his son, but just like his father did. But he has no idea how to change it because this is all he knows. And somehow drawing up this line between him and his son is making him feel strong and worthy, because now his father is no longer demanding or dominating him, and so he's free to express himself and his boundaries. So he's making a statement out of this, that, well, this is me, I also have a voice in this family, and I need to be respected. So see the problem here? Now his son will unconsciously personify himself with this experience, turning all the unsaid emotions and reactions inwardly, because this is what kids do. He's making it his fault and his responsibility, and he will begin to process his father's feelings of being hurt and feeling all these different mixed emotions at the same time, because the father is not taking this responsibility for his own feelings. He's letting them out on the kids, giving it to him. So he's starting to process this, and being the one with the less power and this very deep unconditional trust. This is what kids do. So now if you imagine the opposite, that the father is well aware of his problems, is well aware of his previous experiences and the feelings that they brought, these scars that they have left him. And he's owning this low self-worth by being aware of his reactions and reacting accordingly to his own self-awareness, and making sure to nurture himself and his needs when he feels low, making sure that he's meeting himself in his lower feelings and taking responsibility of these hurt feelings. Then imagine that the father noticing his son using this bad language and making sure that the son knows that he sees and hears this, and he doesn't want it. I mean, he's setting this clear boundary that he will not accept this use of bad language in his house, because it has a negative ring to it, and it's very unnecessarily. So imagine that he brings this message to his son in this clear, healthy way where he owns himself, and it's just, this is what it's about and nothing else. I don't want you to use this bad language. Let's stop it, okay? I see what you're doing, I hear it, and I don't want it. And this gives this kid a strong sense of being able to, it's like the father is holding space for the child. So in this space, the child can relax and unfold himself. There is no misunderstanding of which emotions belongs to who and who's responsible for what. And this is the job of every parent, to hold a strong and safe space for our children, from where they can start unfolding their true nature, mirroring themselves in us, because we have a strong, clear mirror holding up in front of them. And with this omnipresent of the parent and this all-seeing eye that parents have with unconditional love, saying that it's not that I don't love you, it's not that I don't respect you, but I don't respect this use of language in my house. I don't respect this tone. And so this opening that I'm inviting you to be a part of here, and this is an opening into filling out the space between. Some of these empty spaces that hasn't been fulfilled by being met in the way you need it to blossom and grow and find this inner tune of what is you. This is me. All the times you haven't been hold it in this strong space, so that you could find your tone, supported by your parents, supported by your caretakers, the ones older than you. So again, take a deep breath. And as this energy starts to embrace you from around and within yourself, has been embracing you the whole time, but now working one level deeper, making you come into contact with your true self, your true nature, holding this space for you, for the energy to fill you up, nourish you from within. Using this field of unity that you're being connected to, this field that holds the world and the possibility of peace between all races. Connected to all these different expressions of what it is you need to be fulfilled how you need to be fulfilled in these blank spaces that you have inside, where you have falsely believed something about yourself to be the truth. So we're using the contact to these archives to access exactly that expression that fits you the best. And in doing so, you are at the same time releasing and letting go of some of those ways of identifying yourself that is giving you this false sense of who you are and what you're worth as a human being. So slowly releasing, letting go, making room for what you really are. Your deeply encoded opportunities and potential as a human being. Just let it unfold and let it blossom, filling you out with what is you, so that you can own this no man's land, claiming it back, making you thrive by being true to yourself and your true nature. And slowly see if you can feel the sensation that is blossoming from inside of you. Owning yourself, owning your life. And very slowly, the energy starts to withdraw and slowly stabilizing you into this new possibility. And see if you can sense this feeling of being at home in yourself. This deep self-being, this not your self-esteem, not your self-worth, but this feeling of this is me. This self-being that is so new and very old at the same time. This is me. Slowly unfolding. Filling in the blank spaces, and in doing so, releasing old pain, releasing old blockages, unfolding, making space for you in yourself and your life. And then in the following week, just see if you can notice what makes you more you, what brings you into contact with this feeling of growing from within, and allows these positive reflections that gives you meaning and joy. So be aware of those new stories about who you are, giving them space to thrive. Because by creating this awareness of what is you, giving it positive awareness a little bit every day, saying, oh, this is me, I really like this. I really like new flowers in my home. I really like this music. I would really like to write a story. Just give it a little bit of space every day. Or noticing people that you find attractive somehow, that inspires you. Saying, oh, this is really, like, this is for me, because I can feel this is doing something positive to me, reminding me who I really am. And by giving awareness to these positive stories, we're constantly overriding all the old patterns, overriding old stories and belief systems about ourselves that are limiting our freedom to express our true nature. So, thank you so much for listening to this video. And now go out there and be yourself, as brand new as the spring flower and as old as the universe. Be home in you.